Hello everybody, Great Coke 605 Running Company. I've got a shoe chat today. We're talking about the Asics Nove Blast 2. Now, if you're new to our channel or if you've never experienced a shoe chat before, what I talk about, three categories. Number one, why did I buy this shoe for 605 Running Company? As I mentioned in almost every video, I am the co-owner of 605 Running Company, general manager, lead buyer here at the shop. So I run a lot of different types of shoes and I make a lot of buying decisions for our store. And here's my opportunity to tell you, what was I thinking? Next is who benefits from this shoe? Who's our target audience for a shoe? When we bring in a shoe, obviously we want to sell it to a specific person, and lots of them. And so I like to discuss who benefits most from trying out a shoe, like, for example, the Asics Nove Blast 2. Finally, I talk about my experiences running in the shoe. So let's jump right into it. Let's get after it. First and foremost, why did I bring this shoe into 605 Running Company? Well, I didn't. This has been a shoe that I've been wear testing to see if version 3 is something that we want to bring in. Excuse my burp there, but I'm just going to roll with it. You know, this channel has always been a fairly candid channel, and I don't really believe in retakes, so we're just going to keep rolling with that. As I was saying, Nove Blast 2, this is not a shoe that we sold here at 605 Running Company. This is a pair of shoes that I was seeded from our sales rep so that I could see if this is a shoe that has a future in our store, and I'm happy to say that it does. We are eagerly anticipating the Nove Blast 3 coming to the shop. So this is an older shoe, and if you can find it after you watch this shoe chat and you think that's a shoe I'd like to try, go for it by all means. Otherwise, we're going to have Nove Blast 3 coming to the shop very, very soon. Unfortunately, it was delayed. It should have already been here, but we will be seeing that in November in our brand new location. So keep that in mind as you consider maybe like a Christmas present or even a Thanksgiving Turkey Day run, maybe like a gobble wobble 10K, just saying. Anyway, moving on. So who benefits from the Nove Blast? So the Nove Blast from Asics, it's a breath of fresh air. If I have to be honest, I should give a little history of Asics, history with our store or just general Asics knowledge, but there was a time in Sioux Falls, specifically, I can speak to Sioux Falls, there was a time that everybody ran in a pair of Asics. No joke, they dominated this market for a very, very long time. Everyone has owned a pair of Asics or wanted to own Asics. They were the top dog, and then something happened. Sioux Falls, Midwest, we're always a little bit behind, but not so much behind. Actually, there are still a few people that are still a little bit behind with this. But the industry, shoes started getting more innovative and progressing forward, and Asics was sort of left in the dust. We continued to see sort of retreads of the Nimbus, of the Kayano, of the GT2000, of the Cumulus. Those core 4 shoes were the ones that we carried at 605 Running Company. For years, they did not change. There's just no other way of saying it. There was no innovation. They were falling behind. Other brands were growing in popularity, whether it was On Running or Hoka or Ultra. Brooks continued to dominate the market and capture market share of stuff Asics used to own, and that hurt the brand. Then they made some shoes that just, quite frankly, weren't very good, and that's hard to say, but we had to scale back our volume of Asics that we were buying for our store almost to the point of nothing, just because we weren't seeing anything new, we weren't seeing anything exciting, and we were seeing customers choose other product, and that's a buying decision we had to make. So that being said, when I was given this pair of shoes, I was very excited. Asics has been trying to innovate, and now I'm so excited for the future of this brand. So who benefits? Who should be running in this shoe? The Nove Blast 2, what I like about this, what I like in this shoe too, is this is an innovative shoe for the times. This is very, very similar. I'll give it a comparable to like a Hoka, either somewhere between a Clifton and a Rincon, is where this shoe sort of falls in line with. The thing that I like most about, well, I'm getting into my experiences, but neutral, high cushion, soft, plush shoe. So that's who benefits. Let's just jump into my experience. I'm so excited to talk about it. But what I like about this Asics shoe is traditionally Asics has heavy plastic pieces here and here. Not this shoe. This shoe is completely, all of that kind of structured stuff. I would say Asics has traditionally been a very conservative brand. And when I say that, I mean they have been a very protective, conservative brand. Lots of structure around the heel collar, lots of plastic pieces here, lots of plastic pieces in here. Even on their neutral shoes, there would be a plastic piece in here in the arch. This shoe has none of that. It has lots of soft, cushy foam, a nice breathable upper, nice and plush around the heel collar, not a lot of things that it doesn't need. So in many ways, it's a reduced Asics shoe that gets better, that is a better product. And yeah, so stack height, this is a big cushy beast. It very much has the feel of something produced by Hoka or Skechers, but it's from Asics. And I've loved this shoe for the most part. I would say my experiences have been up and down in this shoe, but mostly I would say any of the downs have come more recently because the shoe's just worn out. I took this shoe to Reno and I actually ran trails in this shoe. There's not enough grip for it, but in Reno in the desert it was fine. It did a great job. So I took this off-road. I ran lots of streets, lots of miles, lots of different types of terrain, and for the most part I've been happy to be able to put a pair of Asics back on. Recently I did that 437 project. This was one of the shoes I brought along, and I had my worst 10-mile run in this shoe, but I think there were contributing elements to that, mostly being 30-mile-an-hour winds in my face, running at a weird time of day and not eating, so I can't blame it all on the shoe. But I would say that this is definitely a shoe that's designed for high mileage, easy mileage. I would not say that you can necessarily plan your tempo work in this shoe or your speed days in this shoe. It is very cushy. It is very plush. You sink down into that cushion. It is like a pillow feel, and so I would say this shoe is great for long, easy miles, but not a fast shoe. It's extremely comfortable. I've really enjoyed having it. I'm excited where this brand is going. You're going to see more Asics shoes at 605 Running Company in 2023. So I'm thrilled to say that because it's a brand that I've believed in for a long time. They just were slow to come around. As the world changed, as shoes innovated, Asics took their time. But I'm happy to say in 2023, you're going to see fantastic product from this brand. I am willing to say, I guarantee it. You're going to like what you see, what you feel, what you wear from Asics in 2023. It's a bold statement, but I fully believe in it, and also I've got the backing of staff too here at the shop, so I feel pretty confident in that. So it's the Asics Nove Blast 2. I'll catch you all later. Bye.